And you're like, oh, right on. You know what? That's nice. That's a nice level. I think it would be a nightmare to be have to live a life where you literally cannot go out in public. You know, I don't know what that's like. I also think that you know, you reap what you sow. I don't. You know, you can create that. You know, LA is such a you know, you hear these stories where somebody walks out of a bar and there's 15 paparazzi taking pictures. Like, well, they're there because you told them you were there. You know, they don't just hang out at random locations. These people, they plant the seeds of publicity and celebrity, and they create this cult of celebrity. And I don't seek that. You know, I love it when somebody genuinely likes what I've done, or they watch what I was in, and you know, you've had an effect on somebody. That's a great feeling. But yeah, I sense it, but I don't think of it as fame, because I think there's such a higher level of fame above me. You know, I can literally walk. You know, I walk through here, and maybe, you know, 1 out of 100 people kind of go, hey, what's that? But anyway, I'm moving on. You know, I remember my first time at San Diego Comic-Con, like, you know, the gods of Comic-Con, and people like, oh, dude, man, you can't go to Comic-Con. You're gonna get mobbed. You can't go, man. Don't walk on the floor, whatever you do. And I was like, really? Watch this. And I was my wife, and I walked around in relative anonymity, because there's so much to see there that people aren't searching the floor to who they're going to see. Their heads on a swivel. There's a giant pirate ship, and there's the Enterprise over there. There's just way cooler things to see. And occasionally people go, hey, is that? Whatever. You know. I got a couple occasional whatevers, but. Yeah, you're aware of it. I mean, I guess you're always going to be aware of it. It's a weird thing, but I embrace it. I'm really, really lucky to get to do what I get to do, and I feel like this format, like right here, being able to get to talk to people, and I think like people just have questions, and I love to just interact and talk, you know. So.
Can I have one more question?
Yeah, of course. Two more.
Was pyramid balls real, or were they just like? Just throw this ball at the board and each other?
Totally made up. Totally made up. No rules, no rhyme, no reason. Somebody else asked me what was your least favorite thing to shoot. It was fucking pyramid. That was the hardest thing in the world. Now it's all coming back to me. I take that back. The good stuff, a pyramid was impossible. Because, you know, look, when you shoot a sports sequence, say in a movie or a TV show, and the script calls for 4 guys to be shooting baskets, right? But the director goes, you guys, just shoot around a little bit. We're just going to roll some B camera, you know, we're just going to get some wide shots of you guys just shooting some hoops. There's some, you know, you bounce the ball, you shoot, you pass the ball. Yeah, you go out there and throw the football around. Yeah, go out for a pass, you can shoot that. But this is a game that had no law, no rules, no nothing. So the directors would always assume that we knew what we were doing. Like, so, you know, yeah, you guys just play some pyramid. Yeah, 5 minutes. I was like, no, 5 minutes, I can't even do 5 seconds of good. You know, when we put the ball in the center, we all look at each other like, oh, now run into each other. I'm going to get it. Now you get it. I took 3 steps. I was like, so? And then there's this impossible little basket about this big around, you know, and the ball's about this big around. Good luck making that shot. They were sitting there, Michael, just, make a couple of free throws. I look really cool and look off in the distance. Okay, miss, like, we'll get one. Miss, we'll get one. Miss, like, cut to half an hour. They're like, miss. You see all the special guys, we're just going to CGI it, don't worry. You got it, we're just going to CGI it. Like, they take the ball out of my hand, they go, just take the motion like you throw it. So, yeah, pyramid was a real pain in the ass. You're very welcome. Hello?
Hi.
Again?
I was talking at Tunnel yesterday.
Yes.
And we were talking about having this band for the show in Washington. Watched it and stuff. And I asked him if he ever watched it and like got excited while watching it, like thinking someone was gonna die and then realized that he knows what's gonna happen. And he said that he had that experience when he was reading the script. You know, something he had in the episodes that you were just like on edge about and reading it and like had that feeling.
Yeah, you mean like being able to separate yourself from it and watch it objectively?
Yeah.
It's tough to watch it objectively because you're like, hey, there's Grace. Oh, it's not Grace, it's Boomer. That's my friend. Yeah, I would agree with Tom on that. Upon reading it, you know, because we didn't, like I said, they didn't tell us what was going to happen. So that was one of our great little escapes. We all look forward to getting that manila envelope in your trailer that had your name on it. That was next week's episode. You know, it was like Christmas morning. You know, like ripping it open and go, here we go. And of course, you always go to the end to make sure you didn't die. Page one. But I was a fan of the show before I got on. You know, I was aware of it. I read the pilot, whenever that was, 2003, 2004, you know, this was 3 before they shot it, because I was auditioning for Apollo. For Jamie Benjamin's role, yeah. And it's funny, because now I can't see that in a million years. I mean, Jamie is so perfect for Apollo, and I would love to play that role, but he was so right for it, you know, and I'm so glad it worked out that way. But I remember reading that script just being on the edge of my seat, every page. And it's really rare to say that. You know, I read a lot of scripts. Maybe we just get a lot of different material comes our way. And it's really rare to be that captivated by a script, a pilot script, you know, something that you're going to audition for. Usually when you audition, you just want to read it to get the sense of the show. You just kind of flip through it. Okay, I got it. Where's my stuff? You know, that's the classic, you know, the narcissistic actor is like bullshit, 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 my line, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Here I am again, amazing, bullshit. Me again, I look really good at this scene. That wasn't the case with these scripts, is that every week we would get them and you would want to read to everybody. You know, I loved the, oh man, I'll tell you the scene that that stands out that I remember reading it, and I think when I watched it was the scene with Saul Tide with Michael Hogan when he has to kill Ellen. You know, and I was in that. I said, I said, you know what has to happen, you know what you need to do. But that scene between Michael Hogan and Kate Vernon was you know, and I knew it was going to happen, and every time that scene brings me to tears. It was really intense. So I'd say it was that.
And then the other thing that I wanted to ask is that, did you ever like find yourself relating to your character, like anything that you thought that you had in common with?
Yeah, I think I share that fierce sense of loyalty. I think that there, yeah, I think that I definitely I resonated with Anders. In that, you know, I'd lay down in traffic, you know, for the right person, and I get it. And you know, I believe that I'd like to think that I would fight for what's right for both myself, my family, my friends, and what I believe in. And I really related to that in that character, and that's why I think it was so confusing for me to justify the end of this series, because I really tried to put all that into the character, and I in turn got some of that character in me, and then suddenly they're like, oh, by the way. So yeah, but I definitely think I share that some of those traits. I think, I don't know. You're welcome. How's it going?
Still good. So if you have a question about casting,
yeah,
I wanted to ask them. So, Guilty Pleasure sci-fi original movies, and one called Meteor Storm.
I was. There's no Sharknado. My friend Ian, by the way.
And so I've always wanted to know what the process behind making those is, because it feels like it's
pretty minimal.
Yeah. I was trying to find a way to sugarcoat it, but it feels like it's kind of, you know, like a
cheeky.
Yeah,
that's the word. What's the word? Cheap?
So what was that experience like?
Well, look, man. You know, I just done obviously the show. It was a Sci-Fi Network. It was an offer, which is a big deal as an actor to get offered something. You know, like you spend a lot of our time auditioning, and you know, like I said, this goes back to that thing. Like, you know, I have a certain level of people know who I am, but I'm not famous enough that shit gets offered to me. I mean, I still have to read, and you know, like everybody else, I got to go and find jobs. So sometimes something comes along, and you get your call from your agent, and hey, you got an offer. You know, one of them was Big Bang Theory, and the other was, you know, How I Met Your Mother. That's great. I mean, you know, that's such a wonderful thing to be offered. This was a sci-fi movie called Meteor Storm. I was like, huh. And then I read the script that says, you know, whatever the character's name was, the first scene rides up on a motorcycle, and I was like, I'm in. And I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle in a movie because I ride all the time. I've always wanted to ride on film. For some reason, that was just something I've always wanted to do, and I don't even think I've read